Traffic is a multifaceted issue here in the Nova area. Many experience delays and long waits on their daily commutes to and from work. There have been several conversations about creating more roadways and alleviating these issues. What is your stance on the I-66 expansion?
Well, my stance on the I-66 expansion is that it should not have had to happen. And in the question there was a thought about the expansion of roadways. I think that Arlington has a very long tradition, 20 years at least, of saying that we don't invest in asphalt, we invest in transit, we invest in moving people. We're not about having more cars on our roads. In fact, traffic counts right now out here on Wilson Boulevard are lower today than they were in the 1980s. Think about that for a minute. That's what investment in transit can do. It works. So I would not have voted against the original compromise that would have delayed widening on I-66 for at least 5 years to allow multimodal improvements in buses and bike trails and pedestrian improvements, to allow those improvements to give a chance to work. And Ms. Garvey did vote against that. So now we have immediate widening of I-66. What we need in a 21st century transportation system is we need buses that will take you where you want to go and whenever you want to get there. They've got to be comfortable and quiet and frequent enough so that you can count on them. Because people are not going to get out of their cars if they have to stand on the corner every pouring rain. So we need a full investment in a true bus, 21st century bus transportation network here. And we have made great strides, but we've got lots more that we can do when it comes to our bicycle infrastructure. I think it's phenomenal how many people I know now who now bike to work and even will bike to play and for various destinations. That trend can continue to grow, but only if we make the investment, not if we're thinking short-sighted.
So I voted against that original kind of compromise we came up with because there weren't a lot of details, and in fact it really looked a lot like we were buying a pig in a poke. It wasn't clear to me at all what we were going to get, and in fact that still continues to be my concern as we move forward on the I-66 issue, because there are lots of promises out there, but we've got to watch really carefully to make sure we don't have traffic spilling over into Arlington and affecting our neighborhoods, and we need to make sure that we actually do get this transit get going in time. One of the things I've been working with people in Richmond and here is increasing the bus service, particularly bus rapid transit. I think actually Route 50 would be a really good way to get east-west channel. I said, you know, it doesn't have to be on 66. We just need to get better east-west traffic patterns for people with rapid transit and transit issues that people can use, because that'll get people off of 66. Then looking at 66, when that came forward, part of the other thing I realized as I was looking at it is, basically, if you know, we're used to thinking that it's the Republicans that are our problem out in Fairfax and with our issues. All of our Democratic delegates and senators from the state outside of Arlington wanted to widen 66. We had no support. So that was why there was no sense in fighting or being difficult, because we were losing. And when it comes to a fight like that, we didn't have the hard power to get anything. We were going to lose. So then you turn to soft power, right? And so we worked. I've been working and talking to people and saying, no, we're not going to be really difficult about this, but you got to help us. You got to give us something. And I've been getting some reception because our relations in Richmond are getting to be a little bit better. The other thing I'm working on is they're going to have to change the sound walls. They're going to have to improve those. And I've asked the DOT to come back with some estimates. How much would it cost to harden those sound walls and make them strong enough so that you could build over the top of 66? And what I would like to do is take 66 and start building, if we can. It's going to be not easy to work out, but down the line it could make a lot of sense. We could knit our community back together with fields over the top of 66. And under those, we could put parking garages, possibly for the buses we need to store somewhere.